Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HerbMan. But see you back upside the head with another hot banger. Boogie, please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If it's your first time tuning into the HerbMan show, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all of the platforms at Love HerbMan. All right, so I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I'm your homie HerbMan. All right, we're coming live from South Africa, live on TikTok, live on YouTube. You guys, please go and be notified whenever we come on the paradigm, because what we're doing is teaching people simply how to heal themselves. And you cannot heal yourself if you do not know thyself. So we teach you here, and we ain't afraid of it. We teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness. All right. And this ain't just going to work for your healing of your body. This will work for the healing of your mind, your life, for the healing of whatever it is that you're desiring, your dreams become reality. I don't know what you got hurting, but it'll heal it. And if your pocket's hurting, if your body hurting, we can show you how to be at peace and at a oneness with change and how to embrace this change. And once you start to embrace change, now you'll be able to start to use change to your benefit. And that's the key. That's the secrets that we're teaching people all across the planet each and every day from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please be notified. All right. So you guys, y'all already know, man, this is free information. Okay, this is free information. You do not have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All right, but all you got to do is simply pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan show is by double tapping this up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. All right. Once we get to 100,000 likes, we'll start picking people out of the audience here and show you what the owner's manual is all about. Okay. And once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. Again, we've been walking you through the HerbMan school. Okay. So you guys can go back to YouTube. You can go and look at all of these videos that we just done, in particularly the last 6 or 7 videos. Okay. They out here hot riding today. But in particular, the last 6 or 7 videos, we want you guys to really pay attention to, because they're going to be key ingredients, okay? Key components for how you heal yourself, all right? Key components to how you heal yourself. And today we're going to be talking about how you integrate all of this good information that you're hearing. See, the good thing about it is you got good information out here, but it is bad application. I'm going to be real with you. You got good information, but bad application. They'll tell you something good and tell you how to do it wrong. Okay, so folks will show you about the money, but then they ain't gonna never tell you how they really got it. Folks will show you about how they got the this and that, but they don't really show you because you got to be able to find these missing pieces and integrate all of this different information that you hear. Nobody's going to give you the clear undivided situation that you need. There's nobody's going to tell you what their left hand did. No right hand is going to tell you what the left hand did. So therefore, you got to piece and puzzle these things together. You got to be able to put this stuff together. That this particular owner's manual, this relic, this old ancient thing right here that you keep saying every time I come on the live, is an integrated situation. This is where look like I got some stuff going on over there. We are putting this information out in the air. How doubt me? But at the end of the day, we have to be able to share as much of knowledge as we get, so that we can be catalysts and we can be pillars of our community and be able to continue to keep pushing and evolving humanity to the next level. I'm not scared to do this, okay? I'm a soldier. I've been born and raised to do this, and I'm going to die trying to do this as well, because it is what it is, okay? And so, yes, they're going to try to buffer because of a frequency that's going out. It's energies, it's numbers. I'm in the algorithm. So therefore, they can block, they can do all kinds of stuff to mess with your airways, your internet, your lights. They can mess with everything they want to, because you're in the you're in the matrix talking about the matrix, and they can find you. But just like they can find you, I want you to know that nature got a GPS on you too. And the biggest thing is we're lost that need to be found. We are in the wilderness. We're in this darkness, but this darkness is ignorance. Ignorance to what? How much more we have in us that we have not divulged yet. That is the real key mechanism to all of the information. And so we've integrated Chinese medicine. We've got things that we've gotten from Tibet. We got things that we've gotten from shamans, and things that we've gotten from sangomas, and things that we've gotten from what they call it, the cucarandas down there, or the chucarandas down there in Mexico. I know I might be butchering the name, but we got all this stuff, the stuff that we got from the witch doctors, the stuff that we got from the native Indians, the stuff that we got from the white boys down there in the mountains down there with Southern herbalism, right? They brought some stuff to the table as well. And so you got all of this integrated stuff. The yogis are talking good now. And you got all this Indian information that we got from Pitta Vata Kapha, from yoga, from relaxation, from meditation. So you got all of this integrated stuff. But what you need to understand is at the core of everything, what is needed is fuel. Okay. Now, what you don't know is all gas and all this stuff ain't nothing but old plant and animal bones. It's fossil fuel. Fossil fuel is made out of plant and animal body parts, basically. That's digging, you dig and dig and dig up under the ocean. There's layers and layers of plant and animal decay, plant and animal debris that ends up being the oil and the gas going into your car, powering your home. Now, I'm trying to teach you something here. So your whole world is running off natural resources of oil, gas, and coal, and all this stuff is heat energy, okay? Heat energy is used to then push a turbine, and then a turbine can then start to do something else and create electricity through a generator. So you got fuel, chemicals that has to be converted into energy. These fuels are being converted into heat energy. These fuels are being converted into heat energy. Now let's look at your body, because you didn't even know nothing about oil, gas, and coal until you knew something about your body. Look, your eyeballs is your iPhone. The biggest thing about an iPhone is the camera. Why? Because the iPhone. Okay? The antenna comes from your hair function. Okay? The motor in your car comes from your digestive system. You learn your body, then you learn how to produce other things. You're failing to learn yourself as much as you need to be, my friends. Okay? This is what we've been doing. We are the greatest thing. So you learn from self. Okay? Now, you look at the fuel in your body, you're going to be needing what? You look at the fuel in your body, you're going to need some glucose. You're going to need some fatty acids. And you're going to need some what else? Amino acids. So this just like your oil, gas, and coal. Okay? So you need these materials to create energy. And so just like oil, gas, and coal, what is the one agent that makes it combustible? Oxygen. Okay? Oxygen. So oxygen, as soon as it touches oil, gas, and all this other stuff, it creates what you need. Oxygen does that for the other fuels. Oxygen also is going to do the same thing for the fuels inside of you. So when oxygen touches glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids, it creates the heat energy that ultimately is going to create ATP, is what you need to keep it moving. So these cells need food to create heat energy within you, just like you need to live, and something is creating heat energy outside of you. As outside, as inside, as above, as so below. Okay, so these are your fuels. That's why you would call this a carbohydrate. You would call this a lipid or a fat, right? And you would call this a protein. But in reality talk, it is glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids. But when they tell you about it, it's carbohydrates, it's fats, and it's protein. Okay, this would be considered a whole meal, whole food for your cells. Now you can get this in a lot of different ways. But this all you need. Do I need chicken? No. I need amino acids. Do I need ground beef? No. I need amino acids. Do I need this or that? No. I just need amino acids. Do I need fish? No, but I do need the fatty acids. Do I need salmon? No, but I just need the fatty acids. Do I need catfish? No, but you do need the fatty acids. Okay. Do you need tater chips? No, but you do need glucose. Do you need ice cream? No, but you do need glucose. Do you need the candy, the blow pop? No, but you do need glucose. Do you need bread? No, but you do need glucose. These are the raw materials that when oxygen comes into your body, when oxygen touches these things, it's going to be combustible and creating the heat energy within you. So therefore, your air quality, your oxygen intake is very important, not just for you just breathing, but also for what we would call and consider this whole thing cell respiratory as well. So you got cell respiration, and you also have your own ability to respirate. All right. And so it is in your quality of breathing, it is in your quality of air that is really going to be important. Now, when you're looking at something esoterically, something spiritually, then air is always going to be the spirit. So it is important to understand your spirit whereabouts when you're dealing with any kind of issues. It's where the spirit is, where the mind is. The brain can't leave your body, but your mind do all the time. And if I keep you in a depressed state of past things, or if I keep you in an anxious or worried state about future things, then your mind is never really present in the present moment. And that's the oneness that we're trying to create. That's the oneness that Akhenaten was talking about. That's the oneness that Christ and Krishna and the rest, that's the oneness. The oneness is, can you focus and concentrate for a minute? Can you focus and concentrate on your limbs getting relaxed? Can you focus and concentrate on your hands being relaxed? Can you focus and concentrate on your mind being relaxed? Can you focus and concentrate on your breathing being relaxed? Can you focus and concentrate on just being able to be at ease? Or will you always need the blunt? Will you always need the beer? Will you always need the food? Will you always need somebody else? Or can you do this for yourself? That's going to be the inner work that needs to be done. Once you're starting to be able to cope with your own stuff and you're starting to face some of these things, then you're going to be better off. I got receipts for you. So here we go. Okay. Now I'm going to show you about a little bit in depth about what we're talking about here. If these folks will let me put this up. Okay. If they'll let me teach you, then we're going to do it. Okay. If they'll let me teach you this, we're going to do it. All right. So we're always talking about integration, you guys. All right. So we're talking about this biological, before we was talking about psychoneuroimmunology. Okay. Remember that word, psychoneuroimmunology. It is a very fascinating thing that people don't understand. And so they might not talk to you about it, but it's one of the biggest things. And as you can see here, YouTube, we're showing them a receipt here on TikTok, and it's got biological, psychological, social, with mental health being in the centerpiece. Your mental health is going to be very important to change your paradigm, whether you are sick in the pocket, sick in life, or sick in the body. Okay. Your mental health is really the precipice of where everything is evolved around. And as you can see, biologically, your mind also plays a role on your immune system. You didn't know that, did you? The way that you think and the way that you respond to stress, the way that you handle change can start to also change your cellular environment. Okay. So this ain't just a psychological thing about trying to get your mind right. This is a biological thing about trying to get your mind right, because your way that you respond to the environmental stimuli, the way that you respond to the things that are happening in your life, are also creating change in you biologically. And when you start feeling the stress of chronic stress, then you'll start seeing the depression or the suppression of your immune system. This thing has an effect. Stress has an effect on how well you are getting infected and affected by life. Okay. Also, that's going to bleed into your social environment, obviously, how you deal with people in your interpersonal relationships, trauma, the social economic status of all of us, how we're coming up poor, we're coming up impoverished, And the reason why is because we put classism on everything. But if you get to the core of everybody here that's listening to me today, you'll realize that when you start doing inner work, there is no white and black. When you start really going down and doing inner work, there is no rich and poor. When you really start going down and do inner work, you realize that there is no middle class or lower class. When you really start doing the work, you'll start to realize that everybody's the same. We're all out here trying to live life and live life abundant resources without me feeling like you got over on me, without me feeling like I got to hoard anything. I ain't got to grow 1,000 watermelons in my backyard if I teach everybody how to grow watermelons. But no, I want to be the only motherfucker with a watermelon. And so therefore, I'm going to sell these motherfuckers to you instead of teach people how to grow watermelon. See, you see money in the 1,000 watermelons, but I see money in the educating people about watermelons. So it's just the way that you perceive life. See, you can't hoard this shit thinking that you're gonna get rich because you're the only one know something. It's in the person that can shout is the person that can still live. See, back in the day, in the old time preaching, in the old school, in the old religion, them folk didn't have to do nothing. Them folk doing something for them. There's not one pastor had to cook on Sunday. There's not one pastor that had to go to Ryan's or went to Golden Corral because Maybell, Aunt Pearl, them, that's what Golden Corral was. They ain't have to go and get no Cadillac. Somebody gonna drive them to work. They ain't had to go take out no car loan and take out no car note and then come in there begging the people, because the people will buy you a car. Somebody got something sitting at the house. Pastor, you need a ride. Well, look here, I got that youth thing just sitting over there. I ain't using it, and you get a car for free. When you was a real pastor, you ate for free. You drove for free. You damn near live for free. But now you want me to pay your bills because you're not doing what you're supposed to do skill wise. Otherwise, I will make sure you straight, pastor. Any pastor out there that got to pay bills still, you need to work on your interpersonal and community skills, because you shouldn't be doing shit. The life that you get for pastoring is a free life, but it's because of the work you're doing. You don't get it just because. You got to be at my funerals. You got to be at my weddings. You got to be at my graduations. You got to be at my games. You got to be on the corner for Rico, who just died. You got to be at the justice house. You got to be at the jailhouse. You ain't sitting at the house talking about working, living for free. You got to be at everybody's shit. And you'll see that you can live for free as a pastor. But you don't want to do that. You want me to come to you. Pimping, you supposed to be coming to me. Everything I do, a pastor should be at every game of his community, every sporting event in his community, every food restaurant, grand opening, you supposed to be like the mayor. The pastor of your city, your church supposed to be like the mayor of that town. But you got 30,000 of them. Let me get off that subject. Let's keep it going. So my point to you is that we're not doing this in a oneness, okay? And this oneness is affecting you psychologically, biologically, now socially and environmentally, because we don't went plumb crazy, right? And then now it starts to really breed and start to really be a great indicator of our mental health status. As modern humans, what is our mental health status? And I told you, and I tell you again, it's only a few ways that you can see what a person's thinking. One of them is through sexual acts, and another one is through the acts that we're trying to teach you about. Okay, healing yourself and being able to do the things that you need to do. You can tell what a person is thinking by the life they're living. The reason why you're poor is simply because you don't know how to get out of that poor mind. And when you get that rich mind, it's going to instantly change what you do with your time, what you do with your effort. It doesn't, you don't need money to make money. You need time and effort being handled properly. To be a good steward and manager over time and effort. And you'll start getting some residual, okay? So I was about to go to church today, then I found this line. Now, don't let me stop it now. Don't let me stop it. But you know, we always have church on here. So welcome on into the HerbMan church. All right. So let's go now. Here come another receipt. I got some stuff for y'all today, man. So we going nowhere. Keep talking. All right. So then now we understand that this mental health thing is hitting you, right? So this mental health thing is hitting us. And so now we got to be smart. We got to be smart when we're getting into this life paradigm now. Look, they're not healing you like they used to. Meds ain't working like they used to. Drugs don't hit like they used to. Alcohol ain't made like it used to. So at the end of the day, you have to be smart now. The ambulance ain't gonna save you like they used to no more. The cars ain't made like they used to. You get in the car accident, yeah, it might be leave you. You understand what I'm saying? You see, gun training ain't the way it used to no more. So you get guns in the hands of somebody wrong. So you have to be smart with what we're doing. And so smart means here to be specific. Okay? The S is going to stand for specific. You need to be more specific as to what you're looking for in this life paradigm. A lot of you guys are not as specific as you need to be. Okay? You're not specific enough, even within yourself. You're not specific enough, okay? And so therefore, there's not a specific itinerary that you're going through to make your goals happen for you, okay? So we want to make sure that your goals are specific and positive. The next one is measurable, right? I got to make sure that my goals are attainable. Some of you guys are talking about being rich. And goddamn well, I mean, come on, man. Let's do it one step at a time, okay? Let's do it one step at a time, okay? So we want to be able to goal set, and we want to be able to measure our progress, okay? We want to be able to goal set. We want to be able to measure our process. That means we want to have goal indicators. We want to have objectives along the way. We want to have some landmarks to be able to hit along the way of getting rich or growing food in the backyard or producing your own healing. It's the same thing. I'm just trying to tell you how to take a seed to a fruit. That's all I'm trying to do. The seed, the thought that you want to heal yourself can be fruitful. You can actually do that. The seed of the thought that you want to be in this type of community involvement or this type of social involvement or relationship, or if you want to be this type of powerful man or woman or have this type of wealth, it's all a seed that you need to learn how to raise up and to be the fruit and produce the results that you're looking for. But they have to be attainable. Okay? They have to be attainable. Okay? So yeah, you want to be rich, but you got to start somewhere. You want to be LeBron James, you got to start at the practice court. You got to start at the blacktop. You got to start. You can't be at the gym all night, but you could be outside at the cold all night. You got to start wherever you at. You might have to get it in your backyard, but whatever it is, you got to start now so that it could be attainable. A lot of you guys are trying to be Barack Obama, but you got to start down in the classroom. It's got to happen in the classroom before it happens in politics or happen on the level that you're looking at. So therefore, start to understand, what am I doing when I ain't doing shit? You're not working, or it's not going to be attainable if you don't be mindful of your time and your effort. You do not have to have money to heal yourself. You do not have to have money to be wealthy, but you do have to have a high consciousness to wield this in your life. This got to have a high discipline of focus and concentration to wheel you from off that motherfucking couch to a mansion. You have to have a great discipline. Michael Jordan them didn't go to damn near none of them little college games, college parties. Practicing, bro. These folks practicing, man. Tom Brady damn near didn't even raise none of his children. Football. LeBron James tell you he ain't raised none of them. Shit. He raised none of them. But you see, it's a sacrifice to be legendary or to be great. That got to be in the ingredients, okay? We put a little time, sprinkle a little time on there. You got to sprinkle a little effort, and you got to make sure you put a little sacrifice on that thing. And then that's when you got your the holy trinity: time, effort, and sacrifice. All right? So we make them attainable. All right, now the next one is going to be, you got to make it relevant, okay? You got to make it relevant. Right? Your goals have to be relevant to what you want. They can't be over here when you over there. They got to be relevant to where you at, what we can do at this moment that we got you at right now. You could be very sick in the body, but if you ain't, so it's okay to have a different situation than where your mind is at. That's okay. That's what we need to create the change. Okay. Time bound, right? Time bound is another one, and that's what your T gonna stand for, right? Time bound. Now you see, this is one of the biggest things to me that I want to teach on is time, right? Time is what's causing y'all all this goddamn stress. Okay? Time is what is causing you all this stress. I'm just gonna give to you how TI is. That's just a case. If y'all don't want to stay, you can go on and go right there. Time is what's causing you all this stress. Because of the social engineering and the genetically modified particular perception of who you are as a human being, you have created a whole reality, a whole dynamic under time. And that's what's getting you. And what I'm telling you is that if the folks said we're supposed to live everlasting, why in the fuck is we even bogged down by time anyway? Time is suppressive. Time is oppressive. Time is depressive. And see, trying to correlate this little life you got that you didn't ask to come here. We understand nobody asked to come here, so stop blaming mama though. Because mama and them asked to come here and they got hit in this time and time started whooping their ass. And then next thing you know, you came out. Okay, and then now you into the time portal, time whooping your ass, because now you said you wanted to do this by 10, but you didn't do it till you were 20. You said you wanted to do this by 18. You didn't get there till you were 35. You said you wanted to do this by 35. You never got there, and you're 70, and you did all of this under time. But if you have an everlasting life, y'all want to go to church today, but ain't nobody teaching it. We're not teaching death conscious no more. We're teaching life consciousness. If you want to believe in living forever, understand one thing. You can't just be somewhere spiritually endowed and your body is physically unfit. Because a spiritually endowed spirit can't be housed in a temple that can't house it. So you must understand that what comes with spiritual fitness is physical fitness. But what the gurus and the old people before us didn't understand is body preservation. So what they did was, because they were taught that the body was the bad part of them, the sinful part of them, the evil part of them, the lower self is the demonic part of them. So they did all kinds of stuff to prick and poke and prod the physical body, and you start getting rituals of initiation through physical means. But this ain't how you come into the paradigm. Just because you poke a hole in my body don't make me holy. Just because you up and fast for 40 days and 40 nights don't make you Christ consciousness. The rest of your life is a time. And you get scared when they say that you got to do this for knowing that I ain't up under no time. I'm supposed to be in here knowing that I'm not up under. See, that's what I'm trying to get you to see when you go to church in a minute. You can't be in there listening to somebody die. You got to be in there listening to how you live. You can't be in there, listen, all the men in the book died. You can't consciously allow that to seep in. Or you failed the test, and the pastor preaching failed to teach. You can't see all died in the book. You got to see all life. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to change the paradigm. We're not chasing diseases, guys. We're chasing death, okay? We're trying to conquer death. We must conquer it from the conscious. If you keep perceiving everything in time, then you are not chosen. The chosen ones, the everlasting ones, have found a way to break through time. That's why you still hearing about Imhotep. That's why you still hearing about King Tut. You see what they did? They found a way to break through. Lower your breathing when you broke. You can't lower your breathing patterns when you sick. You can't lower your breathing patterns when you single and lonely and over there thinking this and thinking that. Your breathing ain't going to slow down. Slowing my breathing down is an indicator of peace and serenity and contentment with this thing called life. And just because you going in there thumping that Bible, you're showing no contentment. You're showing no peace. What good is going to know about a God if I can't get the peace of knowing? Come on, somebody, man. Y'all come on, man. Come on, y'all. Wake up. Wake up. Keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking. Keep tapping. I'll keep talking, you guys, and we'll go ahead and stop it right now, okay? Keep tapping. I'll keep talking, and we'll go ahead and cancel out church right now. Y'all know I don't play with you about that now. But we got to share this information. Don't always depend on me to be here every day for you. Things change. Embrace the change. Don't always just be looking for me. You need to get empowered. I know information. You need to change your situation. I changed my situation. I had ulcerative colitis and I healed myself because I am my own healer. I had a 9 to 5, but I refused to go back to work for them. So I put the time and effort in to be able to do what I wanted to do in this paradigm, the way I wanted to do it. I did that. I am my own financier, my own pastor. I am my own whatever that I need to have. So the bottom line is you become the thing so that you don't necessarily need anything outside of the experience other than God. But you need something for this. You need something for that. You got to go. You're supposed to be just here and God. You're supposed to know that you got everything you need, and what you don't need, you got it in you to learn it. This is the intuitive side. What if there was nobody else out here to create a cup? How the hell you going to drink some water? You got to figure it out. Otherwise, your ass won't get no water. And you'll come back and back and back until you learn how to drink water to live more than a little time you keep rejuvenating back into this thing. You can't get past 5 years old. You better learn how to goddamn, because you're the only one here. And when you start to learn things that way, instead of trying to learn everybody else's experiences, start to experience this for yourself. And you'll see how powerful you can be. And so I stopped talking a long time ago. We started doing. I started putting God to the test in my life a long time ago. I stopped believing and stopped faithing, and we started to constructively go out here and live this life. And I realized that there's been some things that I put myself in that I could not have done. I put that up to change. It's just opportunity, but again, it's still an overarching understanding of like the changes that life can send you through. You can be right here today and it could change for you tomorrow. You could be in the dead wrong today and got away with it tomorrow. You could be in the dead right today and be dead tomorrow. It's changing. But you got to be okay with the change. You got to have peace in this boat. If you start getting rattled, and if you start getting scared at every environmental stimuli, oh, it's going to rain, it's going to snow, it's going this, it's going that, everything is rattling your faith. Everything is rattling your boat. Why you keep going to church? You're not ready to believe. See, it ain't a problem with the word. It's a problem with your ability to believe. See, y'all think somebody crazy. It ain't never been a problem with the word. It's a problem with your ability to believe. Even if that motherfucker was 100% true, you wouldn't know it, because you don't know if it's 100% false. And that's where discernment comes in at. So you got to see that these things are trying to get you to strengthen these areas, but they're just not putting it out there. So you keep going talking about men and women when you need to be talking about you. You keep going in there talking about Jesus, man. You need to be talking about Kathleen. You need to be talking about Catherine. You need to be talking about James. Because you the one that got this problem. Jesus did it. If he did it, he did it. But you the one that got to do it. So I don't need to talk about Jesus. We need to be here talking about Betty, Frank. We need to be in here talking about Al. We need to be in here talking about the people that's in your congregation and getting them right. Can you get them right by talking about their life instead of trying to get somebody right talking about somebody else's life? It's not working. Okay? It's not working. So what we need to do then is reconstruct the story back to its original understanding. And this original understanding was cosmology. And this original understanding was your connection with earth and your connection with nature. You have a nature just like the other animals. You got some water animals and you got some air animals. Those are the only two animals on this planet. It's water animals and it's air animals. The water carry oxygen and the air carry oxygen. So everybody here is under this oxygenated situation of air and water being the life bearers. So you got to have oxygen, you got to have air. Your air quality is your spirit quality. Your air quality is your spirit quality. And so what we're trying to focus on is getting your spirit right. Because when we can get your spirit right with this, see, sometimes cancer will make you cuss God. Cancer will make you cuss life. Cancer will make death to make you do this, or some trauma or some traumatic event will cut you off from understanding. You can't find it in a book. If you can't see God from the sun, the air, the water, you missed it anyway. As a human species, you missed it anyway. And if you can't exemplify those things, and you can't use these things as examples of everlasting life, the sun never died. The sun don't never go to black. When it ain't light in your neighborhood, it's light somewhere else. The sunlight ain't never went out. Just because it's dark on your side of the world don't mean the sun go down or the sun go out. So it's always lit. It's everlasting. The air is always blowing because it's everlasting. You want to learn everlasting life? Go back to nature. Stop looking at people die to try to figure out everlasting life. It won't happen psychologically, guys. You won't be able to tap into that power. As long as the death is the end of the story, you won't be able to tap into this power that I'm trying to teach you. If you want to know those stories are trying to illustrate to you that all throughout human history, we've been trying to live forever like the sun, the air, the earth, and the water. We've been trying to exemplify nature forever. But for some reason, when you take the story off of nature and put it onto a man on it, then now it's about me and this brother's skin color. It's about me and this brother height. It's about me and this brother weight. It's about what me and this brother from. It's about me and this brother kin. It's about me and this brother skin. It's about me and this brother twin. It's about me and this brother friend. It's about me and this brother enemy. It's about who came before him, who came after him, who is he running with, what crew he was with. See, you understand what I'm saying? When you put me on the motherfucker, you fucked up the consciousness of the people. That was the whole plot. But the story still is relevant. Okay? When you put me, you change the image of an incorruptible God into the image of a corruptible man. Ain't that what they said in Romans? You change the image of an incorruptible God, meaning that if you just would have kept it up in explanation of the cosmos, we would have still been able to get it. You don't need a book. Man don't need to look down to find God. You look up. You look around you. See, my point to you is that there's no religion because already you should know. And for those who need something to know the nature of something, you just as blind as you could ever be. So your animalistic self, your lower self is necessary for this basic instinct, is necessary for this immediate response to environmental stimuli. But you can't have this under pressure chronically. You can't chronically keep the body looking out for bills, looking out for the next motherfucker, looking out for wheel, looking out for the back and the front, looking out for the police, looking out for the post office man pulling up. You looking out for the doctor to call you. You looking out for the shelter to call you. You know, you can't be in constant animalistic. You must share the experience. So we're dealing with physical diseases because we got this body under time's pressure, trying to do everything in a particular time, and it's a consciousness. If you can get your mind out of time, you'll see that you got time to beat cancer. If you get your mind off time, you'll see that you got time to revive your kidneys. If you get your mind off time, then you won't be subconsciously trying to kill yourself with the amount of drugs and alcohol and work and all this stuff that you're doing to yourself. If you get your mind off time, you won't kill yourself trying to chase the bag. Too soon, too early, up on a time bubble that has death attached to the end of it is not the place we were meant to be. So here on the HerbMan Show, that's what we do, you guys. We teach you about these human frames and these human designs, these pools of thought to get you to get back into tune with nature. If you are lost in any kind of way, the owner's manual will find you. We don't need a blood type because it's irrelevant. They didn't have a blood type back then. They had a blood type, but they didn't know how to type it. We didn't have a blood sample. We didn't have a stool sample, a urine sample, a hair sample. You got it now, but it still ain't worth nothing. The one thing on you that holds all the information from the time you was born is your birthday. Your blood ain't the same as it was from your birthday when you was born. Your hair ain't the same as it was from when you was born. Your stool and your urine ain't the same from when you was born, but your birthday is the same from when you was born, and that gives me an understanding of nature. A snapshot, a photo of nature when you came into the matrix. And that snapshot is enough light for me to be able to see where you at and where you need to be headed. And that's why the owner's manual is so important. If you guys are interested in the owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you the information that you need. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate all of you guys for coming into the room. You said, what if you're born what? I can't see it. What if you're premature? All of us are premature. Each and every person born at the sound of my voice in this particular time is premature. That's why we're breaking down prematurely. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. All of us are premature. Okay, let me let this thing wind in right now. And the reason why we're all premature, because these are 12 stages of growth that you partake in the belly. Hold on, you guys. Let me get my little TikTok thing going on right here. And the reason why all of us are premature is because these are 12 stages of processes, or 12 disciplines, or 12 procedures, or 12 policies, or 12 lessons, or 12 things that you must gather in this paradigm. Now, you get them in 12 months. You get them from a biological standpoint through mineralization. So the old story is you're supposed to go through 12 months of gestation. Well, 12 months of gestation would have gave you 12 minerals that would have made you a holy person, minerally wise, so that you wouldn't come out of the paradigm already weak in the body because you came out deficient. Why? Because if it's a 12 lesson and you coming out in 9 months, you coming out in 8 months, 7 months, 6 months, a premature baby, everybody knows, is also has a lower life expectancy. If you didn't know, a premature baby, everybody knows, also carries a lower life expectancy. Why? Because you ain't got enough fuel in your gas tank to go this 120 years. So you come out in 9 months. 9 months of 12 years, 12 months is 75%. That's the 75 that they promise you. They promise you that if you gonna come, if you only did 9 months in your mama's stomach, you got 75% gas tank full. If you did 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, you do the math. 6 months is the 50% gas. So you already at 50 years old. 9 months is gonna get you 75 years out of 120. So we got to get this stuff back into our understanding that we're missing something, but that's okay to be missing something because that's the purpose. The purpose is to find the missing pieces. The owner's manual is going to help you find you. It's okay to come in here shortchange the minerals. It's okay to come in here fragmented, and it's okay to come in here with purpose and needing to find pieces. It's okay, but we've never been able to understand that and know that. And now the modern mind can now go back over all these thousands of years of all this information being left behind and start to understand. I don't know if y'all know that. You coming in here already ready to go. I don't know where they do that at. This is supposed to be the most wonderfulest, the most beautifulest experience. I don't give a damn how many relationships go bad. I love a woman. Appreciate you. I don't give a damn how the food go bad. I still love Earth. I don't give a damn how the water go bad, man. This shit beautiful than something is the most beautiful experience I'm ever going to experience. I didn't know nothing before I got here. I was faded to black. I ain't gonna know nothing when I leave here and fade back to black. So I ain't waiting on fade back to black. Before I got here, I didn't know nothing about this beauty. So I figured that that's how you're going to leave here. So I would want to practice my 5 senses being alive and being in this thing. And however long I can be here, I want to be here. And so if you tell me I can be here for forever, I got to learn how. I got to learn how. And the first thing I must start with is my mental illness. And when I say mental illness, I'm not saying you're sick. I'm saying you're ignorant, you're misinformed, you're miseducated about who you really are. And you never spend a damn ounce of time figuring who you are out. We've been told what we need to be doing. And it's not this wheel. It's not this wheel. And we got to get back on this wheel. Okay? We got to get back onto the wheel of God, man. We got to get back onto the sun's path. We got to get back into following the sun. We got to get back to understanding what that means. Yes, you're going to church today and you're doing it, but you're doing it in a way to where you got great information, wrong application. And that's why it's not working for you. When you praying, you can't pray the cancer away. When you praying, you can't pray the diabetes away because there's nobody getting you to understand that it's mental illness, that it is your mind that's causing the thing. And That high blood pressure medication ain't gonna treat your mind. That high blood sugar medication ain't gonna treat your mind. So therefore, it is a lifetime of some bullshit because it's never going to treat what's really the problem, and that's the mind. If you're ready to change your mind, to change your life, please DM me. We'll get you the owner's manual. If you're ready to change your mind, to change your life, please DM me and we'll get you the owner's manual. Okay? If you're ready to change your mind, to change your life, we can get you the owner's manual for a funky measly $50 and a birthday. And let us do the work. Alton said that's the Western way. I mean, that's everybody's way now, man. Everybody's turned Western. How do I ask questions about my owner's manual? Yes, so that means that you had to email me, or you can save my contact and WhatsApp me between the times of 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can call me, WhatsApp me, or email me, and we'll go over your owner's manual. All right. Anybody else thus far? You keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking. Okay. If you're ready, DM me. We'll get you the information. All right. So understanding this, I want to show you something else real quick. If I can put this out, I'm glad that my YouTube came back. I'm gonna see if they let me show y'all this now. You know, again, I'm trying to expose y'all to some stuff in a different way that y'all don't really understand, but I'm trying to be clever. What can I give my teething grandbaby with a fever? I mean, if they teething, then you gotta, that's probably why, right? Because they're teething. So all you can do for a baby is all you can do is just let them go through the process and just try to make sure their temperature don't go over 102. You ain't got to try to break nothing, but just don't let it go too high. Do not let it go over 102, but you don't have to try to break it. You don't try to throw the baby in no ice bath or nothing like that. All right. Now listen to this. One of the things that you can do to change your mind, right? We got to start thinking about what you're thinking about, guys, so we can start journaling. Okay. Start journaling. We can start doing the relaxed breathing that I told you about. Okay. We can also start to understand progressive muscle relaxation. Okay. Forcing our bodies to be able to get relaxed. Remember, I told you to integrate some of these things into your life. You're going to have to do it. If you got to walk away from the job, you got to make these decisions. Or as a society, as a social powerhouse of a people, we can start to mandate that we get these nature-based interventions, nature-based integrated practices into our work. Look, every now and then, every day you should walk out that building. You can't be in air conditioning all day, whether it's your house, whether it's the hospital, or whether it's your job. You got to get out and get unconditional air, which is air that's just straight fresh off the earth. You can't be in there like that. So they need to break you that way. Break you. Everybody got to get out. Roll you out, wheel you out. We're going to carry you out. You got to get out. Whether you're in the house sick right now, you got to get out. You got to get the fort. You got to do this. Otherwise, you don't defeat anything. The reason why we're not being able to defeat nothing because you see that the bigger healing stories are people who go to retreats, getting fresh sunlight, fresh air, fresh water, fresh food with the right herbs, with the right mindset. Boom, now your shit gone. I'm telling you, you can do this on your own instead of having to go and retreat. You need to have retreat services in your social, in your work, in your school life. You must get this balance. Now, you can make them do it, or you need to make yourself do it. One or the other, your most important asset is you. Either you're going to do it or you ain't, okay? You can play the script until the end, unravel cognitive dissonance. That's when you identify your faulty thinking and you're challenging your faulty thinking, okay? About, when you get ready to eat that thing or to do that thing or to smoke that thing or to drink that thing, you got to be able to have another way of being able to relax and calm you down if you can do those things. But I'm showing you how the mind is not only the precipice of the healing, but it's also the issue of the disease. So y'all don't be thinking like when y'all come on the show and I'm up here telling y'all I know your life by your disease, and you like, how in the hell did you know that? Because it's psychological way before it becomes physiological, but the two are balanced. Okay, so I'm showing you how strong your mind is because I want you to understand that when we do this, you can heal yourself this way. Okay, it ain't about a herb, it's about you. You are your most powerful thing. You want me to give you a herb that's gonna come in with maybe 2 or 3 or some things that you may need, but it's you ultimately. It's you ultimately got to be the one to activate this thing. I mean, literally in your body. We got to be able to provide you with the information that's gonna make that happen for you. I won't allow you to fail. Death is failure. Death is failure, man, and I won't allow you to fail. Okay, death is failure. I won't allow you to fail. Okay, so these are some other things too, right here. Okay, fallacy of fairness assumes life should be fair. Okay, control fallacies. These are the ways some of us be thinking, focusing on the negative, ignoring the positive. That's filtering. That's filtering. That's when you start to see people like my show, and then you focus on the negative, and you'll go and start looking at rap and all this other stuff, knowing that you should be learning something that you need to know about yourself. Health is your most important subject. It ain't wealth. It's your health. Your ass can't live past a day. You won't make $1. So it's the health of your consciousness is just as important as the health of your body. Okay, polarized thinking, all or nothing thinking. That's that time-based thinking. All or nothing. I gotta do it right now. I ain't gonna never be able to do it. If he don't ask me to go to the prom, I'm finna shoot up somebody. If he don't go to stuck on my shoes, and stuck on my. See, I just got the F1. See, so it's just time. Everything under time. I just got him. I just got her. I just had the baby. I just did this, and now everything's going crazy. It's because you're under time. All or nothing thinking. Okay, it gets us in problems. Okay, all right. Let's keep it going. Overgeneralization. A lot of us do that. Assumes a rule from one experience. Overgeneralization, which means that you think everybody's the same because you had one girl. You think every cheat because you had one cheater. You think everybody is ugly because you had one ugly person. That's overgeneralizing. Everybody's specific in their own way, bringing their own model. You're gonna burn the house down. This is where your dis-ease is coming from. Remember, it's an imbalance because your mind and your body are not on the same wavelength. You need a blueprint in order to be able to get that, and that's why the owner's manual is important. So we just showed you some of the things that the mind does. Okay, the mind will do those things, and when the mind does that, it will have an effect on your immunity, your ability to recover from infections. It will have an ability on your endocrine system, which is also going to be connected to your emotions, and it's going to have an effect on your nervous system, which is also now going to be contributed to your thinking. So your immune system, your brain tells your immune system what to do, but then your immune system will give feedback that can also fuck up your brain. So you got a blood-brain barrier. There's a reason why there's a barrier between your blood and your brain, because the brain don't want none of that shit flowing through your blood to be able to get into the brain, because it will definitely throw you in crazyville then and cause death. So what's happening is you already see that those two things has to be delicately dealt with. My mind and my body can't stay mad at each other all my life. My mind and my body can't be divorced. Can't stay. You ever work with somebody you didn't like? That was very uncomfortable. You ever been in a house with somebody that you don't want to be with no more? It's very uncomfortable. So just think about the body having to be in the same thing and don't like each other for the rest of your life. Yes, that's what you call a short life expectancy. You won't make it long if you can't figure this part out. Okay? So we got to be able to figure these things out, you guys, all right? Is YouTube working? Yeah. YouTube working, man. I done had to try to redo this just to try to keep YouTube from doing me wrong. So hopefully you guys will get the whole lesson on YouTube, man. But yes, obviously you guys can go back and run it back. Keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking, all right? So now we're understanding this consciousness thing and why it's so important to have my mind right. Why it's important to have my understanding of my lower self being something that needs to be maintained and managed, not need to be abolished and need to be fasted and need to be, all this old ritualistic stuff that we're doing to our bodies. You need to manage and you need to preserve your health physically in order to be able to understand how to continue to grow spiritually. It needs a body. In order to be able to grow spiritually, it needs a body to be housed in. So while we're on this spiritual fitness journey, let's keep our physical fitness. And let's understand how to share in the two. Let's grow the muscles of the spirit so that we can start being more discerning, start being more impactful and more powerful with our prayers, with our meditations, with our manifestations to change our lives. And I promise you that once you start seeing the abundance and making right decisions, like don't let your wrong decisions scare you from making decisions. I told myself that a long time ago. I ain't gonna stop till I find the right woman. I don't care how many you got to go through. I ain't gonna let a wrong decision to say, fuck it, man. There ain't none of these women I ain't no good. Fuck I, we'll do that. We'll do that. That's that overgeneralization. That's that giving up mentality. That's that you don't have any hope or any drive. But I kept love alive. Right? Until you find the right person, you keep love alive, you keep hope. For years, I wanted to have kids, right? I ain't run into the right person until now, I'm 46. But I kept it alive. I kept the wanting of the children. I kept the wanting of the connection alive long enough. I didn't let this divorce or that divorce, me being single all this time or not having no kids out there. No, I kept it alive. And I promise you, if you guys can focus and concentrate and keep hope alive in your situation, you'll start to change your life by changing your mind. I'm living this. I ain't just the president of this. I'm also the client. Okay, I'm not just the president of this information. I'm also the client. I'm living it. Yes, don't let them knock you down, Twine. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them. It's there. You gotta just keep hope alive. And if you keep hope alive, you stay alive. And that's really the essence of what we're saying. Okay, but I got to show you how powerful that brain is. Let me see if I got one more. If not, we're good. Keep tapping, you guys. I'll keep talking. Let's get us up to 100K. We'll bring you guys on. I'm going to show y'all how this owner's manual work. That might be it, because they ain't going to let me show all this other stuff. It might be they ain't going to let me show all this other stuff. But again, that's what we're talking about, psychoneuroimmunology, how the nervous system, the endocrine system, and the immune system, all three are working together to repair you. So now that you have been here in my class, y'all have been coming here to the live, I've been teaching you guys. If you're trying to take care of yourself, you're trying to take care of your family, if you're trying to take care of your community, you must know the body. And right now we have been understood that the immune system, lymphatic system, whatever you want to call it, okay, the immune system, the nervous system, and the endocrine system is the things that are repairing you, whether you know it or not. They are autonomously, involuntarily dealing with all of the environmental stimuli that come up against you. Okay, and remember that all this is about how you survive in this everlasting circle of life. Okay, you can obtain everlasting if you catch the secrets. But we keep coming back into the life paradigm, but we don't get the secret of everlasting. So death is the failure of the class. So you keep coming back because you keep dying. You're only reborn because you keep dying. See, if you got everlasting, there is no y'all don't know what if you got everlasting, there is no rebirth. All you got to do is change. You can't go back into the womb to be reborn. So that means that you go into the womb of the mind. In order to be renewed, in order to be reborn, is the renewal of the mind. And the renewal of the mind is being able to see this particular natural elementary from an eagle's eye standpoint. And now you're able to navigate these terrain and this environmental stimuli the right way from the eagle's eye, the most high state, from the mountaintop. Everything that's handling this in biologically is this thing here. Okay? The hypothalamus. The hypothalamus, along with the pituitary and the pineal, are the three amigos. They are the ones handling all of this consciousness, all of your emotional things that you're going through, they are the ones that are handling this. Remember, the hypothalamus is in your brain, so it's also attached to the nervous system, sending signals to your sympathetic nervous system on how to handle fight or flight. Anything that goes to your sympathetic nervous system is going to be a part of your response to environmental stimuli. So I'm gonna bring this baby up in a household that don't got no money. So now this baby got to go through the environmental stimuli of living in an impoverished, in a capitalistic world. It's an environmental stimuli. I'm going to bring this baby up in a situation where I'm not going to always be at home. It can't fend for itself. Now, next thing you know, drunk uncle, auntie came through, touched the baby, did something crazy. Because of my situation, I brought the little animal, I brought the little bear, but I had too much I got going on as mama bear. I couldn't protect all my cubs. It's environmental stimuli. It's nature. And if you can get into it with nature and stop trying to fight this thing, you'll see you got more abilities when you float with it than when you try to swim against it. And I'm trying to teach you how to swim. You can't swim in the deep. You have to learn how to float. Floating, in other words, is contentment and peace with the ever-changing world. And if you can do that, then I can start showing you how to use change so you can bring miracles into your life. You can change your pockets, change your life, change your diet. See, you can't be scared of change because you got to be able to work with it yourself. And most people who are mad at change can't change the damn thing. Okay? Your hypothalamus is in control of these three systems, right? So your hypothalamus, so now we got the endocrine and the nervous system is already connected to the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus also controls your body temperature. It also controls so it's your thermoregulator. The hypothalamus also got some oversight with cell life. So it's going to tell you when the cells need to be born and when the cells need to die. The hypothalamus is God in your body. Man, they ought to shut me down right now for this information I'm giving y'all, man. It is too deep, okay? But again, this is deep waters. Don't try to swim. Learn how to float. Learn that first. Secondly, your hypothalamus is the God in you. What controls your internal life? Hypothalamus is the God in you. And we be teaching you about the pineal and the pituitary and the thyroid and the thymus, but you don't know that it got to come from here first. The hypothalamus tells your pituitary tells your thyroid then go down and start telling everybody else. It start dealing with your gonads and start telling you about estrogen and produce progesterone and produce testosterone. And the hypothalamus is the one turning everybody on to cortisol need to come on, adrenaline and adrenals and adrenaline need to be produced, adrenals and catecholamines need to be produced and all this human growth hormones need to be produced and serotonin and dopamine and all these things. You don't understand that the God in you is the hypothalamus. Okay? God in you is your hypothalamus. So this is the person giving all the direction, using the sympathetic nervous system. So the hypothalamus speaks to your vagus nerves. When we told you about digestion starts from the brain. So from the part of the brain is the hypothalamus that uses the vagus nerve, that then go into your what? The vagus nerve is the monitor. Then it goes to your stomach acid. Then it goes to your pancreas, right? Releasing is juices. Then it goes to your gallbladder release. Then it goes to your small intestinal absorption. Then it goes to your large intestine flow. Then it goes to elimination. That's how you look at it from top down. Is how you fix people. You don't fix people from the foot up. You fix people from the top down. So you must have a top down approach to health. And that's what we're teaching you here, free on TikTok. And we're going to be time out and talking about herbs and time out talking about products when you don't even know how you work. And you got something in your house right now that can do it. You don't need to buy nothing. You need to learn. Buy education. That's what you need to buy, some education. And stop buying stuff where you learning bullshit. Buy something for you to learn something, and the subject is yourself. And you're going to get that in your owner's man. The sun has a purpose, the flower has a purpose, the dust has a purpose. Where is your purpose? Yeah, I get you. I get you. I get you. V said I use all my herbs. You might want to. Okay. So now we understand that this is the God in me biologically, but this is going to be spiritually where I start at as well. So we look here to see if everything is working properly. Okay. If the hypothalamus is off, 9 times out of 10, if God is off, everybody's under God is off. But we don't never go here. We're never going here. You got arthritis, you went to the knee. You got lung issues, you went to the chest. You got kidney issues, you went to the kidney. You must start from the top down, and you'll find the root cause to everybody's problem. Okay? Bay leaf. All right. So true. I try to tell people this. Yes, yes, yes. All anti-inflammatory medication. I don't know what you're talking about, V. I don't know what you're talking about, V. All right. Any other questions? If you guys want to come up on the live, we'll do it when we get to 100K, and we'll show you what the owner's manual can do. No, I'm living the book, Miss Sharon Louise. I live this thing. I ain't gonna write nothing. I'm gonna live it. Okay, I'm gonna live it and I'm gonna record it. So I am the book. And then until I'm dead and gone, that's when I write a book. Otherwise, I'm gonna focus on living it. Sometimes people do that. Everybody's watching the damn show through the phone. Like, what about the memory RAM here? The memory RAM in my head is way more than the phone. I can't record this whole goddamn concert, but I can record it in my mind. So I like to be able to use the original things. You see what I'm saying? So use the original things is using you. So instead of me going to a concert, looking at a concert through the phone, I'm going to look at it through my eyes. I'm going to try to remember it with my brain instead of trying to put the photo. The phone can't hold enough photos, but my mind can. The phone can't hold enough videos, but my mind can. And when are you going to be in the moment and taking it in instead of you always having to photo something, video something, snapshot something with your mind's eye instead of with the camera's eye? I'm just trying to get you to learn how to remove some of these things that's causing separation between you and the present moment. You got to be able to be in the present moment. Thought you might have a book with this kind of knowledge? Nah. This kind of, it's got to be. That's one thing about the initiation. Like some of the best rappers knew how to retain their raps. Some of the most horrible rappers are people who can't remember their raps. There's a lot of them who can't, but some of them can. That was a gift to information. So for me, I'm giving it out. So I don't have to write a book because I'm writing books on souls of human beings that are doing it, that are getting back into nature. And again, I'm being recorded in the hearts and minds of the people around me. So that when I leave the paradigm, if I ever do, which I feel like I never will because I'm already doing the recording, right? So you know how to get into everlasting is to be impactful enough to change the look. You live forever in what you put out as an energy. That energy lives forever. You live forever in that energy. But you can also do this physically. The only reason why I may tap out of here is because shit, I just not got this information too. So for the last 40 years, I was doing some of the most egregious things to my body. I ain't know nothing about no goddamn body preservation. So because of that ignorance, I might run out of gas a little bit before I'm supposed to because I put the wrong fuel in the body. But again, change. Be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. It ain't talking about putting hands on kidneys. See, y'all don't understand that what we're talking about. The Christ consciousness is the present moment. It's a consciousness, it's an energy about being in the present moment. Remember that the woman with the blood issue, all she did was touch the hem of his garment. But you seem to think that it was a man walking down the road and a woman fell down and just got the bottom of his goddamn dress and then she got healed. No, open up your mind. First of all, Christ consciousness is not a man. It's an energy that this woman was able to get into. And this woman didn't have an issue of the blood. She was flooded with emotions. Just like when you be on your cycle, that is an emotional time of your life. So the woman with the blood issue was nothing but a mind being flooded by emotions. A woman with the blood issue ain't nothing but the mind being flooded by emotions. And so who can navigate the waters is a helmsman. I used to be in the Navy, so I know what I'm talking about. I used to drive the ship. The driver of the ship, we called them a helmsman. Touched the hem of his garment, which means that I was able to get into a consciousness out as a woman who was flooded with emotions, was able to get into the Christ consciousness, was able to get into the present moment to stop my emotions from continuing to burden me. That's the story of the woman touching the hem of his garment. It had nothing to do with people. It's got something to do with mind. Okay? Nothing to do with people. Something to do with mind. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to get you to understand is that we've been had this problem and we've been had this information. But they done changed it on you, so you can't see that this is talking about you. You think it's talking about them. You think it's talking about Jesus. It's talking about your ass. You think it's talking about Paul and Peter. It's talking about you. You think it's talking about a story long time ago. It's talking about you. You think it's talking about events that are going to happen next year. It's not. It's talking about you. It ain't talking about future stuff. It ain't talking about historical stuff. It's talking about the mind's journey from when it was an immature mind that could not stay in this natural experience until it became a mature mind that could be able to stay in this experience. It's telling you about the mind's journey from when you confused and fussing with each other to when you actually get married, when the bridegroom and the bride has made herself ready. It's talking about this meeting, this understanding, this enlightenment. So when you go out of the 40 years of wilderness, or it could be the 400 years of darkness, or it could be what you would call the internet or the information age, could literally be the dark ages, because you ain't getting the right information. You just getting information. So you think you in the light when you really in the dark. You think that you in the golden era when you really in the. You think that you in the most known you really ain't. You modern but without ancient power. You modern but you without ancient power, which means you don't have enough fortitude. Remember, I told you the foundation ain't strong enough. All the shit that you talking about can be debated, can be everybody got something to say, an opinion. Why? Because the foundation ain't strong enough. You come with some faith shit, somebody else will come with some facts. You come with some spirit, somebody will come with some science. And so you'll see that modern man is unstable. Okay? Unstable in all his ways because the foundation is not strong enough. It took you to have to read a book to know God. That's a weak believer. When all it could have done was took you to see nature to know that you didn't do nothing, something better, something greater than you is here. If you think you the best, then what made you? So you got to be able to concede that authority. You got to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna do your will, not my will. I know it's hard when they say that you're a God and when they say that you're a king, but what I'm trying to do is relaxation of the mind is just a contentment and a peace to wait on nature. So when nature says time to eat, that's when you eat instead of when you want to eat. When nature says it's time for sex, that's when you get in heat instead of when you want to have a baby. See, it's getting back to the nature time, and nature time is timeless. So you're just riding these seasons in a relaxed state. You're riding these waves in a relaxed state, and you'll see that when you remove your desires, your wants, and your needs, you'll see that they're already being met. When you remove your wants, your needs, and your desires, you'll see that they're already being met. You are what you're desiring. You are what you want. And you are what you need. You can't get no more understanding of adequacy than in those terminologies. My wants, my needs, and desires, he said, is causing me my suffering. But if I realize that I'm what I'm desiring, I'm what I need, and I'm what I want, then I realize I got everything that I want, need, and desire. What else do you want but you? You here. The best thing smoking to you. Okay? Best thing smoking is you. All right? Keep tapping, you guys. Keep tapping. The devil is lagging my internet, so I can't tell you about Jesus Christ. Let me restart. Oh, yeah, man. You're going to be lagging anyway because you already lagging. You lagging behind the times. Okay? You lagging behind the times because you're still in time. Jesus Christ escaped the time consciousness. How did he do that? You need to do it. Don't tell nobody about it. Your ass need to do it. Don't come on here trying to tell me about shit. Do it, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do this shit. We're not telling nobody about nobody else. Now we're talking about myself. How do I be Jesus Christ? That's what I want to know. How can I become like Christ is what I'm trying to be. That's what you're supposed to be saying when you go to church today. Stop talking about fucking Jesus. Now you need to be talking about you trying to be like it. Where are you faulting at? Why can't you believe to do the right thing, live the right way? See, it ain't the story. It's your ability to do what somebody telling you to do. It's your hard-headedism. So we got to fix you. We don't have to change stories. Change you. Okay? So don't come tell me about Christ Jesus, bro. Tell me about you. What are you doing that's like Christ? See, I don't like to talk about it. I like to live it. You see my offering. You see my sacrifice. What say you? Because just typing it on the timeline, that don't mean you're doing nothing. That's not witnessing. That's not coming out here on faith. That's not coming out here showing the mind of Christ. That's not coming out here showing the power and the demonstrations of the Spirit of God when you send that typing Jesus. See, you got to be like me. See, because I'm really trying to be like somebody. You trying to just toss up as a goddamn some talk. Stop talking about it, bro. Be about it. You know what I'm saying? Change somebody's life. Change your own life. Let me see you got power to do that. Then we can talk about Jesus. Okay? So with that being said, understand this consciousness. Okay? Stop buying things. If you need medications, fine. But I'm telling you, medications are not the mediation that you're looking for. Medications are not the mediation that you're looking for your problem. Meditation is. So when you're looking for meds, don't automatically think pills. Okay? When somebody say that you need some meds, don't automatically think pills. Think med is a mediator, means the middle. Okay? Meds means the middle, means the mediator. So a pill acts as the mediator between you and your pain, you and your injury, you and your imbalance. So these things act as mediators, but they are called in your mind. I want you to erase this. When people say you need meds, the first thing that you're going to do as a mediator is not think pill, think meditation. Not medication, meditation. You get what I'm saying now? You do need some meds, but you don't need this to mediate. You need this to mediate. You need to calm down, relax, think, focus, concentrate, remove the things that are causing the issue, the interference in your ability to have that ease of flow between the mind and the body. Remove that interference and watch your health come back up to par. All right. So you guys, thank you for the 100K, guys. Thank you for the 100K. If you want to come up on the live, you guys can. All you guys do is put me in the chat and I'll bring you up. Okay. Put me in the chat and I'll bring you up. All I need is a birthday. Please have a health issue because these are free. And so what we're trying to do is offer this free service to the folks that actually need it. Okay. Now I know some of y'all just want to know where you at in life and all that type of stuff. Get your owner's manual. It's the best investment that you can make because you have a shopping list and a blueprint on you. And I don't know where you're gonna go get that at. You see? So this has been a very, very good program for us to be able to offer you guys. And so we're asking for you to be able to really, really learn yourself through these means. All right. I mean, it's the best thing that I got for you. I could tell you the herbs, bro. Trust me. I know herbs, but this shit better than me. I ain't gonna lie to you. This shit is better than I am. So I will concede to let nature do it. Yo, 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 welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you?
What's happening? This is DJ Just Capone.
What's happening, man? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you?
Oh, man, I'm suffering from joint pain, but I'm clear on what you spilling out here today. You really dropping some real nuggets.
Man, I appreciate you.
I'm on that meditation as well. You know, I like to go out there and hug a tree barefooted, sit down and reset.
Yes, sir.
You dig? I go out to reset my mind so that my body doesn't be up under the pressure of pain.
Yes.
Which comes back to what you were saying about how we get put up under this time pressure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know me? And time, you know, when somebody give you a date when you got to pay that bill or what have you, and you won't see that money in the future. And like you said, you just got to sit down, reset, and look within yourself because you are a God. You ain't the God, but you are a God.
Yeah.
So for me to reach Almighty instead of picking up a book all of the time. I'm not gonna say I don't read. That's my start.
Right.
But I get a dose and I fall back and I nourish it before I go further. I make sure I get a very clear understanding, know how to obtain it and work with it, communicate and bond with it before I move on to my next move.
Right.
Because I don't want to get confused trying to absorb everything at one time.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, so the biggest thing about today was talking about integrated practices, right? How we can integrate a lot of the things that we've learned over the years of us being on this particular planet. Everybody, you know, it's not one thing that got the answer, right? If traditional Chinese medicine was the way to go, it wouldn't be nobody dying in China. But there's still a lot of people leaving here, even though they got that information. Ayurvedic, man, the Ayurvedic movement is big. It's probably the biggest modality out right now. Yoga and yoga pants and meditating and everybody going to see these swamis and yogis and all this stuff. But there are people still down in India. So we know then that there's still some, and all I'm saying is because it's impartial. Look, the herb that you may need, even though you're from India, I'm gonna say this, even though you're in India, the herb that you may need may be in Africa. So if you can't see the earth as a world understanding, if you can't see this as a whole piece, they ain't gonna say you know African herbs. And in Africa, they ain't gonna say things there. And in China, they ain't gonna say you know American herbs. And in America, they ain't gonna say. So they're keeping you fragmented and they're keeping us divided in this mentality. But if you use the world as your oyster, you'll see that there's always answers to your problem. So integrated practices, this integrated mindset. Now what we have is this old tool that's saying, okay, we always have had this old tool, but you can stuff it with more and more information. So now you keep putting all of this information into this calculator and it keeps spitting out to you right ways to go, right things to do because this ain't going nowhere. And we've been using this type of stuff to house and store all of the information. And so now we got to go back to it because I think that we've gotten to a point in mankind where we've reached our intellectual top. That's why y'all keep hearing the same songs being made. You keep seeing the same movies being made. You keep seeing the same babies being made. You see the same medications being made. It's because you've reached the intellectual top. The age of Aquarius, whether you believe in it or not, the age of Aquarius ain't nothing but the ushering in of the intuition.
That's now.
That's now. So you start seeing everybody's trying to be spiritual. And so now you got folks going into voodoo, hoodoo. You got folks going into tarot card. They don't know what to do with they don't know what to do with the energy. So they're trying to do whatever, but it's an energy saying that the intellect ain't doing it no more. What I know now ain't fulfilling me. So you got to get into these pools of the unknown. And the unknown is what pushes you and thwarts you as a human species to evolve. So we must get more intuitive in order to continue to extend our lives.
So you're saying what you're saying in a nutshell is we have to reprogram. We've been fed misinformation. So now we need to wipe our hard drive clean and reload it with correct information.
Yes, but now the only way to wipe
which is basically really already stored in our DNA.
Yeah, it's already there, but the only way to wipe it is just to activate it. So it's not something like you ain't got to go clean nothing. All you got to go do is activate it and activate the other thing, and it'll do the cleaning. See, your discernment will do the cleaning.
Right.
We just got to get you to start discerning.
Well put.
I know a lot of us be trying to, you know how we used to say back in the day, I ain't going to church, bro, until I'm right. But church is what's going to clean you up. You can't, obviously. So if we wait on you to clean yourself up, you'll never go to church. So you just go dirty and let church clean you up. And that's what we're trying to do. Just come as you are and let discernment do everything it need to do.
Come as you are. Exactly.
Come as you are. Let discernment do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I shake.
All right, man. So did you want me to track you or you good?
Yeah, you could track me.
All right, let me get your birthday.
2769.
What was it?
2769.
2769.
February. Correct.
Okay. 2769, right? So how we break you down, man, is in order to get your model number. So your birthday is what we call the manufacturing date. If you was ever into equipment and things, everything comes with a little a model number, manufacturing number, serial number. Everything comes with a little tag on it to let you know, for the repairman to come out there. So you got one too.
Yeah, right? You're making model.
Yes, sir. You're making model. So you got one too now. So your model number is kind of how we break down the life path. So 2 + 7 = 9. So now we have 9 coming from your month and your date. So remember the number 9. All right. And then 1969 eventually going to be 16 + 9, which is going to be 25. 2 + 5 is 7. So 7 + 9 is going to be 16. 1 + 6 is going to be 7. So you are a model number 7. All right, now you coming from 121 to 221. Let me know that you are an Aquarius. All right, so we were just talking about that. An Aquarius is an air sign. Every Aquarius on the planet also has Leoian qualities, which is going to be the opposite of them. Everybody got the sun and the darkness in them. Okay, now when the sun is shining bright in your Aquarius, the darkest area in you is your Leo, and that's fire. Somebody please mute your mic, that Clavering. All right, and then now because you are number 7 right here, then we understand that represents the water element, right? So you are a air, fire, water male. Okay, born in 1969. Hold on, let me mute these people real quick, man. All right, please mute your mics, you guys, if you're waiting. Okay, now your biggest spiritual tendency. Your biggest spiritual tendency, if you don't be careful, is going to be loneliness. Okay, loneliness. All right, and I'm gonna tell you this. It's also delusion. Delusion and loneliness could be your biggest thing. If you start experiencing this and you can't get rid of it, then it's going to start messing with your eyes. Okay, is also going to start messing with, because this is the pituitary gland that we're talking about. This is that third eye, so it's about your perspective and things of that nature. So you want to be careful when dealing with loneliness, and you want to be careful about eyesight. You want to be careful also with mucus buildup in the body. Also, you want to be careful with any kind of pituitary gland issue like growth and development. Maybe you bald headed. Maybe you too tall, too short. You can't grow hair, can't grow. All this type of stuff. These can be some things. I ain't saying it is. Now these are tendencies. All right. Now, you being born in Aquarius means that you're right here. All right. Being born on the second, that means that you did how many days of Aquarius? Let's get you right real quick. Aquarius is going to end in February the 18th. So you did 11 days, right? So 11 days mean you did 3 years and 4 months. So you did 3 years and 4 months of Aquarius. Every life lesson is 10 years. So 3 years and 4 months, 13 years and 4 months, 23 years and 4 months, 33 years and 4 months, 43 years and 4 months, 53 years and 4 months, right? So I think you what? 56?
Yes.
Okay, so you got 53 years. Okay, so you got 53 years and 4 months, and you're currently right here in Leo at 56 years old. So you've done approximately a year and 8 months in Leo. So what that means to me is that a year and 8 months, in the last year and 8 months, things have been coming together for you, brother. Especially when we're talking about your skill set. When we're talking about like you just being at the top of your game right now. Like whatever you want to do, you can do it skillful wise. Whatever you're known to do, whatever you love to do, you're getting the most money you ever got right now. Okay, right now in this time. All right. Another thing too is I want you to be careful health wise though. I want you to be careful with some things going on with the heart. Okay, I don't know if you just got a diagnosis or something, but be careful with something going on with your heart that may have just started. And then also you want to watch out for it looks like something going on with the arms. Okay.
Yeah, I just had a shoulder replacement, and I just had a shoulder replacement that needs to be done, and I got a hip that needs to be done, and I got a hip that already got done.
Okay, so now
and I got tendonitis.
Right. So here's the thing, Aquarius, right? Aquarius is about the movement of a person, right? So you'll see that Aquariuses can be dealing with arms issues, leg issues, and movement issues. So you got to think about the ankles being, the ankles is where Aquarius is at. That's your movement. So you'll see that you got problems moving around because that's an Aquarian quality. Okay? That's an Aquarian quality, but you also got that for the circulation and heart issues because that's the Leoan quality in you. Okay, and when you know both of them, that's what's gonna make you good. Now, the biggest thing is where you are right now. You Leo, this is gonna be the best time of your life as far as your money is concerned, as far as your skill set and what you know how to do. Like I said, bro, I don't think nobody's gonna be able to mess with you right now. You concrete when it comes to what you want to do in life and what you know how to do. I would say stay thriving with that, and you'll see some reciprocity come out of that. You are in the low tide. You're also in the physical time of your life. So that means that there's some stuff you still got to do with your body. So that means you must keep your body in health. Now, here is the thing about these tests. When you're in the physical test of life, if your body can't pass the PT test, you might not make it out of this time of life. So be very careful. Okay? Very, very careful, because this is going to require you to be physically fit. So you can't be stuck over there with arm and leg issues, DJ.
Yeah, because I'm an actor, and I'm a model.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to stay stuck like that, because how you gonna pass the PT test if your body, you're in the PT test? You must focus on your health, okay? All right, man. I'm gonna try to get some of these other people on. If you got questions or concerns, let me know, man. If you need more information, DM me. We'll get you your owner's manual. Because this thing also comes with food. It comes with herbs. It comes with everything you would need to eradicate the arthritis, whatever bone issue you got, whatever you got going on. If you get your owner's manual, it'll spit out the remedy for you based on your birthday. So this ain't just telling you this. It tells you a lot more information.
I'm gonna follow you now, my brother.
Okay, man. Holla back.
And if anybody want to listen to some good old school or new school Southern soul music, tell them to tap into the justcaponeshow.com and follow me on TikTok.
Yes, sir, man. We'll do it, man. You know, my mama into that old Southern soul. I forgot what they call it now, but you know, to me, I just call it black folk country music. But definitely, man. You know, we'll definitely push them your way, man.
24/7.
All right, man. We appreciate you. Y'all go follow DJ Just
Capone.
All right, DJ Just Capone. Appreciate you, bro.
Most definitely. Appreciate you.
All right, Sophia. Sophia, what's happening with you? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help?
Thank you. It's Sophia.
Oh, Sophia. Okay. Yes, how can I help you?
All right. So, yes, I have health issues and whatever else you need. You need my birth date first?
That's all I need. I don't need nothing else.
Okay.
See the thing about me, I don't do doctor's diagnosis. I don't do self-prognosis. I don't do. So all I need is a birthday because I ain't going to listen to nothing else you're saying. I go from here first. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. I go from the manufacturer first. Then we can get to talking about that stuff. All right. So what's your birthday?
Let's 8/21/84.
8 what now?
August 21st. 8/21/84.
84. Okay, 8/21/84. All right, the model number is going to be broken down in a life path number way. So we're going to do 8 plus 21, which would be 29. 9 plus 2 will give you 11. 1 plus 1 will give you 2. So let's say we got a 2 coming out of here with the month and the date. Okay, 1984 is eventually going to be 18 plus 4, which is 22. So 2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 2 is 6. So you become a model 6 lady. Okay. Now 8/21, that's on the cusp. So let me make sure. Oh, that sounds like it's on the cusp. So let me make sure.
It is.
Okay, July 21st. So you still considered a Cancer, though. Okay. July. Well, hold on. Is that a Cancer? No, yeah.
Leo, right?
Hold on. 21st?
Yep.
No, this August. August the 21st. I'm sorry. August 21st. You're still a Leo, right? So Leo is a fire sign. The opposite of a Leo is going to be Aquarius. There go your air. The 6 is going to make you an air as well. So you are a fire, air. Okay, so basically, very spiritual being, very open-minded, love little stuff like this. You love learning stuff like this. You're very conscious and type of person like that. But also, it shows me that you got a little intellect in you as well, very intelligent. Could be a little bit of an overthinker at times. Could be hampering your sleep and your digestive system, your nervous system. This right here is going to let me know that you can be privy to some immune system issues, some respiratory issues, autoimmune issues. So you want to be careful with that. Now, your biggest spiritual tendency is going to be grief and depression. It's how you handle grief and depression, sadness and loss. If you get in tune with some of this stuff, this can be the stuff that offsets you and start to wreak havoc on your immune system or your autoimmune system or your lungs. Okay, so you want to be careful with that. Now, 8/21/84, you already know that that's going to make you the last day of Leo. So you only did 1 day of Leo. You only did 4 months. How old are you? 30, 41?
I'm 41.
All right, 41, right? So you only did 4 months of Leo. And this is what I was saying about coming into the paradigm and you don't have everything you need. See, you came in at Leo, but down here, so you ain't even got all of what Leo would have gave. So if you were dealing with heart issues or something like that, it could be because you ain't coming into the paradigm with Leo with everything, because Leo would have gave you magnesium phosphate. But we don't know these things. But the owner's man will do. Now let's keep it moving. So 4 months, each lesson is 10 years. So now this is 14. So this is 10 years and you're 41. So if you're 41 years, you've done about real focus on your long-term goals. There's also been some stuff going on with your job, restructuring and trying to make sure that everything is panning out with your career and legacy and what you want to be known for. I think that you just really started coming into that within the last 8 months to the year, something dealing with what you want to be known for. So basically what I'm saying is whatever it is that you want to do in life, making money or bringing money in or whatever you want to be known for, It sounds like you just started coming to that within the last 8 months to a year.
Very true.
You say very true?
I think I'm more concerned with my health issues right now.
User 29, mute your mic.
Has...
Hold on. All right, go ahead, Sophia.
There we go. Okay, I think I'm more concerned with my health issues though, because my money has kind of come together for me within these last 2 months. I mean, last really 2 years actually.
Yeah,
it's more of my health.
Yeah, but you gotta let me get there. You gotta let me get there. You can't be rushing me.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I did this for everybody. I'm gonna show you where you at in life, and then I'm gonna show you about your health stuff. Okay. And look, that's what I do this for. I don't give a damn about your money either. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about your love life, about your money. All I care about is the health of your consciousness. So that's what I really do this for. So I'm gonna always put you on health stuff. All right. Because that's what we do it for.
It's my first time.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna walk you through. Look, it's okay. You still get your ass whooped because it's your first day in class. We still gotta whip you now. Let you know how we do the classroom. You feel me? But now, all right, now, so right here now, as far as health wise, in that same period of time, in that same 8 months to the year, okay, there could have been some stuff going on, or can be some stuff going on in your Capricorn, which is gonna mean some stuff going on with the way you move around, as far as maybe some spinal issues or some bone issues. I don't know if you had some back injuries or anything like that.
Right on time.
Okay, so if that's not the case, if that is the case, that's fine. If that's not the case, then it would have been also looking at skin issues. Okay, watching your skin issues, any kind of skin irritations, any kind of abruptions in your skin, stuff like that could also be starting up. Okay, this stuff just started, but it will subside. Now you're going to be in Capricorn for the next 9 years. Okay, so this legacy, career, money thing, whatever, it ain't going nowhere no time soon. Also, this stuff can start shifting. You can go from the bones in the back to the bones in the joints to the arthritis. So you got to be careful with where you at. Now, you are in the most high time of life. You're in your most spiritual consciousness, your most spiritual heightened. So if you want to dream, focus, concentrate, and be magnetic with your dreams instead of going out here trying to physically do shit, you can start to manifest. All you got to do is focus and concentrate on it. What say you?
Listen, I'm right here with you. I'm actually in tears. So
don't cry. But basically what I'm trying to show everybody, Sophia, God knows you and your life is not a mistake. And we don't have to keep living it accidentally. And we don't have to keep living life incidentally. We can start living this paradigm intentionally. And there has to be a crossover so that we all don't come in here as babies, leaving in here, coming in as babies, leaving out as old ass babies. No, I want to mature. I want to mature spiritually. I don't want to just get old physically and leave here. If I can preserve that, if somebody told me that I can preserve my physical life, and all they told me is that you got to manage your physical and then you just strengthen your spiritual. And then your spiritual will take over in moments that you don't necessarily need the body to do it. So now instead of me having the body to heal itself because my kidneys don't work, so how am I going to pee? That means you need to use your intuition. You have a spirit man in you that can heal the physical man in you. And you trying to go to a pill, and you trying to go to a drug, and you trying to go to something man-made, but you are God-made. The only thing that can fix you is not another species that can't fix itself. You got to go to and see. We keep saying we know who we talking about. We keep saying we believe in something, but every single time you go run to yourself in your time of need, and you never really go to, because we don't know how to activate it. And we need to be taught how to transition from intellect to intuition, how to transition from facts to faith, how to transition from the lower self to the higher self. This is just a journey and a map and a blueprint of showing you how that transition looks, how you need to be able to bob and weave through these things in life and this environmental stimuli. It can't keep you can't keep living by mistake. That's too sympathetic of a life. To live by mistake and to live incidentally is too sympathetic. The body itself cannot withhold. It won't withstand. Okay. So now the biggest thing for you is to manifest what you want. Okay, and if it's something intricate, if it's something more detailed or personal that you want to do, please DM me and we'll get you the information. Okay.
Okay. Thank you
yes,
so
ma'am.
much.
All right. Bye bye. All right. Who's next on the Life is Right? Who's next on the Life is Right? Clavern.
Yes, it's Clavern.
Oh, Clavern. How you doing? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. How can I help you?
I'm fine. I just want to know how to reset and live right. Be at peace.
You want to know how to reset and live right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's particular to you. Everybody has their different places that they're at. Everybody has their different things that they're at, and so there's no one cross the board thing for everybody to do. It would just mean for you to have to know where you are, and you got to know where you're going, and we can do that for you today if you give me your birthday. I can show you where you at, and I can show you where you need to go.
Okay.
But it's all up to you to do it. Okay? What's your birthday?
Okay. So my date of birth is the 1st of June, 1978.
Okay, June the 1st, 1978, correct?
Yeah.
All right. June 1st, 78. Let's break this down. 6 plus 1 is going to be 7. So with the month and the date, we got 7 out of your birthday, okay? And then we got 1978. That's going to end up being 17 plus 8, which is going to be 25. 5 and 2 is going to be 7. So we got 7 over here, and we got 7 over here, which is going to be 14. 1 plus 4 is a 5. So you see how one woman was a 6, this woman is a 5, is because all the women ain't the same. These things must be chronicalized when you're trying to treat people. You must get their specifics, and the owner's manual also provides that for you. Now, also a 521 and 621 gonna mean a Gemini, so that's your air. Every Gemini on the planet has some Sagittarian qualities, so that's your fire. Okay, and then the 5 is going to represent your element, and 5 represents the earth element. Okay, so you are a air, fire, earth being. Your biggest spiritual tendency is going to be doubt and trust. Doubt and trust is your biggest one, and if you don't get a handle on it, this can start to deal with your bones, and it can start to deal with your thyroid, and it can start to deal with your weight. Doubt and trust can deal with your bones, your thyroid, and your weight. Okay. Now let's try to map you and see where you at. All right. So 6178. We know that's June, baby. There. So I think you did 20 days of June. So if you did 20 days of June, that means you did 6 years. Okay. So you in Gemini right here, you did 6 years, and you are currently 47 years old. So let's go. 6 years. 16. Each life lesson is 10 years. So 6 years, 16, 26, 36, 46, and you are 1 year into your Scorpio. Okay? So you're 47. So you are 1 year into Scorpio, meaning in the last year, you have made some type of move where you're finna try to do something in a mutual thing with somebody else. Now, either you thought about taking out a loan to do that, or y'all gonna try to help each other get the job done. But I think within the last year, there's been some kind of conversation brewing or beginning about some type of mutual thing that you're about to go into. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so now, health-wise, in that same time frame, health-wise, okay, in that same time frame, health-wise, there could be some stuff going on. I want to say that you got some stuff going on with, and I don't like to put nobody business out here, but you got some stuff going on with your sexual desire. Okay. Now, sexual desire means your libido. Libido means that the organ work, but your appetite for it is either high or low. But there's been some type of change there in the last year or so based on your sexual desire, the libido part of it. Okay. If that has not happened for you, then the flip side of that is going to be, let me get you right here. If that hasn't happened for you, then the flip side of that is going to be for you to watch out for something going on with your nose. okay, some kind of nose issue, some kind of nasal sinus issue, something like that, where you're having problems breathing, you're gonna watch out for that. Okay. Outside of that, you are in the high tide of life. Okay, so you're in your most high tide. So this time of life is not about you doing something physically. This is about you doing stuff spiritually. More focus, more concentration, more prayers, more meditating. And when you start to do that, you'll start to see that you're magnetically drawing the life to you that you need. There are times where you got to go out and do it, and there are times where you can bring it to you. You're at the time to bring it to you. Okay? All right?
Okay.
All right. So any other question? Now, if you do got more health issues, obviously you could be prone to a lot of stuff. You got the earth element in you, so that's prone to the bone issues. The fire element is prone to the digestive or the nervous system. The air element is going to be prone to the immune or autoimmunity or respiratory, right? So we can get a little bit more specific when we do your owner's manual. But for here right now, just those things you need to watch out for. Remember that you're at a spiritual time. So don't be out here trying to do a whole lot physically. Conserve your physical health and draw things closer to you. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye. But Clavin, I hope I answered your question, right? You're at a mutual possessions. So you're trying to reproduce something together with someone. I don't know if you're trying to have.
Yes.
Okay. I wanted you to just know that that's where you at. Now, the life lesson in that really quick, because I got to go. The life lesson in that I want you to is that it's going to be okay to see the ugliness in things sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
But also know that it's okay to see the beauty. Where you're at right now in Scorpio, I want you to know that it's okay to see the ugliness sometimes in things or in people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Who we got next on here? Come on in, man. You're the last contestant on the Life is Right, man. How can I help?
I need my owner's manual, man.
You want an owner's manual, man? Just, all you gotta do is DM me, man. You DM me, we'll get you the information that you need. Yeah, cause see the.
I'm trying to DM you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do it on the. They cost $50, bro.
Yeah, I'm willing to pay it. I'm just trying to.
Oh, you just trying to get the information for? Yeah, man. Just DM me, bro. I got you. All right, peace.
I still 715, 78. I still want to.
Well, I think he went out. He said he still wanted to do it. Bro, you can come back tomorrow, man. We'll do you, man. Come back tomorrow, we'll do you. I'm a little bit over time anyway, so it's all good. You can come back tomorrow, even if you do get your owner's manual and you just want to go through it or something. I'll show you how it works, okay? So you ain't got to worry about that. Look, you guys, we come on every day between the times of 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What I'm teaching you is not a farce. Is not anything for you to be scared of. It's not spookism. It's not something that does not work. It's very effective. Remember, I told you that your best meals that you ate was from mama, and that was a quality meal that was free. So you don't always have to put a dollar amount and think that means it's the best. We're making this affordable, accessible, and we're making this very effective because it is. It just is. It is what it is. I don't know none of those people. I can't tell them if I'm right or I'm wrong. They have to be the ones that tell you, and they'll let you know. I ain't seen nobody come on here yet and said it is wrong because it works. It's going back to nature, telling you about how to get back into balance with your nature, within nature. I love you guys. It's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. And until next time. Love HerbMan. All right. Peace, man. If you want to get your owner's manual, please DM me and we'll get you the information. Yes, sir. Peace, man. If you want to get your owner's manual, please DM me and we'll get you the information. Yes, sir.